Today I'm going to discuss step 8 and 9 of my recovery journey. I always have a hard time saying that. Recovery journey. And so step 8 is we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Now, this is just a list that we make of all the people that we've harmed and or that we've done wrong to, that we lied on, that we were angry with, anybody. If you feel it in your heart, on this list I had to write it down. And what I like about this step also is that you become willing to make amends. It's not that at this point that you have to do the amends making. You have to be willing to get it right. You have to be willing to confront situations that may not be the most pleasant. But then in step 9 it says, we made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. So it doesn't mean that you have to go way back and go tell somebody something that you did that could potentially break up their marriage or do things like that. It's just about making amends and getting things right. And and using common sense and wisdom. And to do it when those times present themselves. So it's not necessarily that you run around and make all these appointments to make amends. There are times, some you do, but for most of the part, it was a pretty natural process for me. For me, I needed to make amends and to state some things that I needed to clear up with my mom. I did that with my dad, with my sister. I was able to talk about those things, and it's not necessarily, it's not this you did session. It's just really talking about the way we feel and how we've taken on things. I made amends with friends that I had aught in my heart with. They didn't even know they had done anything to offend me, but I had to make amends with them for my behavior and my actions and things. And also, at one point, I made amends to somebody from my past, from my high school days, the gentleman that took me to the prom, because of how I treated him. I made amends to him even because I felt that what I did to him, what I did was wrong. It's not even about how they took it, how they went with it, whatever. It's just how, if I feel it's something I need to get right in my heart, that God convicts my heart about, then I know it's something I need to make amends for. And the scripture reads in Matthew 5:23 and 24, it says, therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and while you're there, you remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to your brother, then come and offer your gift. So sometimes you may not even realize you have an issue, but you get ready to do some things and something comes up. You get ready to go meet them, or they come across your mind and you remember something that you need to get right with them. It could just be relational. It doesn't have to be something that you've done that is like horrific. It's just getting things right, and God leads you in this process. He shows you where you need to make amends and who you need to make amends to. Some are more obvious than others, and honestly, I'm still making amends even today about things that I did in my past. As the Spirit leads, I have to bring that up, and I have to make amends for it. And half the time, people don't even realize that there was a problem. So 9 times out of 10, it's something I was holding on to, and I needed to get right. So this step is probably the scariest part, because you feel like you have to admit stuff to other people, and it's really trusting God, because it's believing and trusting that people won't hold your stuff against you, because where it came from in the first place. But when you recognize that you're powerless and that your life is insane and that the only one that can restore you to sanity is Jesus Christ, and then you've confessed your faults and you've been prayed for, and you become willing to repair your character defects and to allow God to remove those character defects, then the only natural thing to do is to make amends, to offer forgiveness, ask for forgiveness, and then move on. That's it. So I'm sure I'll be talking more about this step as we move into the future, but this is just a brief part of my recovery journey. It was difficult, but I took the time to do it. And because I did, I'm free. Talk to you later.